When you look at buying your first home for your client, they can be a little overwhelmed. So I'm going to show some ways you can walk through and help your clients. Also, if you're a first-time home buyer, these tips will help you be able to know to go through. These are the top 5 tips, and number 5 is probably one of the most important ones when you're buying a new home. So please pay attention to that as well. The first thing you want to know is you need to know how much you're going to budget and save. So I'm going to show you a little sheet here. I'll have this tagged at the bottom in the description so you can go through and make your own changes automatically. So right now in San Antonio, say the average price is 340,000, or Barney area with Millmore. I'm just in San Antonio for example. And to say you had an interest rate of 6.5, and it's for 30 years, and home insurance, let's say 2,400, which is much more of a normal. And we'll say the tax rate is 2.3. So if this was the case, you'll automatically see that this would be your insurance cost, your taxes based on that, your principal. So at 340,000, if this was your rate of 6.5%, and the numbers were about the same here, you would be paying about 3,000 a month. Now this is before any VA military discount, any disabled, anything like that that helps you, any homestead, anything like that comes into effect. That would all lower your tax burden, and that would drop this down so you could be closer to 2,700 once you start putting homestead and all that other stuff on there, if you have those things. But this gives you a rough idea. So when you're shopping for a home, if you're thinking, okay, I want to buy a home, how much can I do? What can I afford? What can I do this way? All you have to do is go here, click in your numbers, what you're looking for, and it will automatically tell you what your budget could be, about 3,000 a month. And that just happened to equal. I didn't mean to plan it that way, but it worked out good. And then for this type of home, depending on the type of loan that you want to put down, this would be the down payment you would need based on that. Now, of course, here, if this was the amount I was putting down 340 and I'm putting 11,900 down, you would just do a little calculator, because that's you're not financing the whole amount. So you do 340 minus 11,900, and that gives you 328,100. So then 328,100. There you go. So now you see the payment has changed by $100 a month because you have to bring some money to the table. And as you can see, this gives you based on what the full price would be. So I'll put 340 back. But once you know your full price, it lets you be able to, if I do the right numbers, it probably helps. It lets you be able to know what your full down payment would be for that home price. And then of course your payment would be a little less than that because you would subtract your down payment price to get this. This just gives you a rough idea. So if again, for an FHA loan, it's about 3.5% down. So conventional loan is 5% down. You can put a lot more than that if you want. This is just a rough number. And then for VA and USDA, those are none down. And most investors need to put about 20% down. Now this is just a good rule of thumb. There's tons of programs out there which are a lot less. Some you can get government grants to cover all of it. There's all kinds of things like that to help you overcome that burden and get the rate down. Now we have a lot of builders right now that are selling homes at 3.5% or 3.5, 3.9 for the interest rate. So you can see I just lost almost $700 a month on my monthly payment. This is before we put this. I'd be much closer to 2,000 a month at 340. Now let's say I bought a home at 250,000. Now my payment's 1,800. This is the average rent payment right now in San Antonio, about 1,800. So if you're paying 1,800 bucks a month and you need to put some, you can go right here. If you buy a new home at a 3.9% rate, which some builders have right now, of course, you're going to probably be closer to, let's say 4.5. You're still going to be 1,900. So you can see how just playing with these numbers, it gives you an idea of roughly where you need to be, and then you know what to save. So as a first-time home buyer, that gives you a really good idea of what do I need, how to do it, how can I save. Okay, so the next thing I want to show real quick is how to get pre-approved. So when you get pre-approved, I'm going to be opening up a website here. This is just, and this website is onthegomortgage.com. And I'll put that in the link as well, so you can have the link if you want to go ahead and get pre-approved. If you do, I'll put my information where it says who's your realtor, so I can get credit for helping you out and taking care of you. And this is for anywhere in Texas. And what you do here is you just create an account and get pre-approved. So there's two terms you have to know when you're doing real estate. There's pre-qualified and then pre-approved. Pre-qualified means you put your information in, they say, yep, it looks good. Boom, you get a letter that says you should be good. And then pre-approved, that's pre-qualified again. Pre-approved, you actually send in your documents. So once I fill this out, the lender is going to say, okay, I now need W-2s, bank statements, tax returns, everything you might need that you put in there. Maybe your mortgage statement to show you've paid on time. Whatever they're going to need, they're going to have a list of everything for you. And if you get that to them right away within a day or so of filling out the application, and you have all that ready to go, within the next day you're going to be pre-approved. That means you've already gone through underwriting. The underwriter at the loan has already said, you look good. You just need a house. And then you're already set. You're approved. You just go find a house. As long as you don't do anything crazy like buy a car or anything like that, or open any new lines of credit, you're good. That's something your realtor will sit down with you and understand how to do that. So now to find a good realtor, there's a couple things you need to know to go find a good realtor. This is an example when you search Google for like realtors around me. I just opened up my realtor business page. This is called your Google My Business page. Most realtors will already have one. If not, that shows they're not very savvy on social media, so you probably not might want to work with them unless they're a friend or someone you know. So the first thing you're going to look for is right here at the reviews. So like this realtor me has 73 5-star reviews from past clients and people I've helped. That's a good start. You want to find someone with a lot of reviews, and mine just happened to all be 5-star. It's okay if they're not all 5-star because nobody's perfect. So as I get more reviews, I'll probably have a 4, a 3 maybe if someone got angry at me during the comments, because it's real estate. It's very emotional. So people get very emotional buying and selling their homes. So right now I take good care of my clients. You see, 5-star review. The other thing you can do is if I wanted to, I can go ahead and open my website right here and I could start looking for different homes. And then right here where it says get pre-approved, this goes right back to my page I just showed you with the lender. And the other thing you can check for their site is if you Google them and they have this business page set up, you can look at their main broker, their realtor.com, their HAR, their Zillow, their real estate, etc. Everything is right here, ready to go, already based out. And then all you have to do, you're just going down, filling it out. And then you can check. I want to see what their Facebook's like. I want to see what their EXP real estate like. I want to see what their LinkedIn's like. I want to check out their YouTube channel. All this can show you how built out this agent is and what they've done. If they don't have anything, then they might just not be socially active on social media. It just depends what's important for you in your search. The next thing you want to do after you've checked their website, checked out their page, is you want to go to Texas Real Estate Commission, which we call TREC. And here where it says license holder or number, I'm just going to put in my license number, which is public knowledge, so it's not a secret, 651675. You put it in, or you type the client's name, and then you hit search license, and it pops up. So now you can see I'm a broker. Here's my license, Andrew Morin. And again, I have an active license until 2026, and I'm in Bexar County. And then if you pull here, or that's where I joined as a realtor, you can look at all these different classes I've done to see how educated am I. And I have a lot of great classes done, which I'm happy for. The other thing you want to check right here at the top, it says disciplinary actions. So I'm going to click on that and look in the last 10 years, luckily, knock on wood, nothing has happened yet where anyone's come after me for any reason and said I haven't taken care of them correctly or hadn't fulfilled my job as a realtor. So this is important when you pick a realtor. You want to check and make sure there's no disciplinary actions. And if it is, you want to see what happened. It could just be someone acted like a Karen or Ken and wanted to, go after the agent because they're mad because they didn't think they made enough money or they charged too much or whatever. That's normal. That happens a lot to us as realtors. But if they made a mistake, if they didn't do the paperwork correctly, if they, lost their client a huge amount of money or lost a deal because they didn't do their job right, that's what you're looking for. And that's an agent you probably don't want to work with. Right? So that's how you pick a good agent. I always start with the Google My Business in Google, whatever you want to use, Safari search form, see what's out there, check out their page. Like here on the page, it has all these different home areas you can just search instantly. You want to see how easy you can use them, and then open their website, check out their website, make sure it's a good website, and then go to TREC and make sure that everything is good. They're active, and you can find them. Make sure they're active, check out their license, and then see who their broker is. I'm with EXP Realty. It doesn't matter who you're with. I'm a broker, so I don't need a sponsoring license, but that's who I am. And as you can see, here's all my different contracts I have and everything that I've been doing for my contracts and my classes. Now, the next thing you want to do after you've picked your budget, you've gotten pre-approved, you found your realtor. Now you need to look at some of the market trends. So at the bottom of my website, I have a bunch of different areas that show the market trends in that area. So if I'm in Boerne, Texas, which is just north of San Antonio, if you go down here on the map, I'll shrink it down and show you. Like here's San Antonio, here's Boerne right up here. Although this is a great area, they call it Texas Hill Country, very pretty. And then it opens up here. So I'm going to pull the map back. So I know, okay, so this is the area you want to live. Got it. And you want to look here for the market health in that area. So you can see that there's some listings that have happened over the last, 6 months. This is for the last 30 days. So we're about to get to November. So we should be, showing here in October soon. And it shows what the trend is like. So in Boerne, there's not a lot of new homes going on the market. There's actually some that are not because it's getting that time where a lot of people don't want to sell till next year. They're waiting for the holidays, and it goes here. And then the other thing you want to look at is the reductions. So in the beginning of the year, the prices were dropping. Now, people are not dropping the price. They're keeping their price, which means anyone that was overpriced, you see these two lines kind of merged right here in July. People realize if I want to sell my home in this area, or if I want to get a buyer here, I need to have this connected. And there it is. And then you can also see how many listings, et cetera, and you can look here. Boerne versus the county, you can look at all the different states. It just breaks it down really easy. And then if I go down here to the bottom, this is really cool if I want to check out a subdivision. So say I want to live in Fair Oaks Ranch, for example. It's just right in front. I open that up and it does the same thing. Here's the most popular, the most expensive, and the least expensive in that area. And then it shows me in Fair Oaks Ranch, we have a lot of new listings going on, and people are not dropping the price. So this is a very hot market at Fair Oaks Ranch. Now, if you want to check out like the most popular, the most expensive, or the least expensive in the area, you just click on the middle button. And I opened up the most expensive home in the Boerne area, which you can see is this beautiful property. It has 309 acres, just gorgeous. So this is kind of fun just to check out what the most expensive and most popular homes are. And you can kind of do a virtual tour here and just kind of check it out with this gorgeous deck that you can see the whole city underneath you. So that's fun to do and to just kind of see what's out there and kind of watch it and see what it is. And then you can ask a question here. You can request a showing to go see that property. Any expensive properties like in the multi-millions, you're going to have to get pre-approved and show proof of funds that you're approved and ready to go before you can go see that property. So that's the other reason to get pre-approved when you're going in there and then do it. Now, once you pick a home, say you were going to buy this home and you're like, Andrew, this is it, let's do it. We buy it, we go under contract, you get your pre-approval letter, we're in, you're going to get a home inspection. That's really, really important. That's the fifth thing you're going to do, the most important. I shouldn't say the most, but one of the most important things you're going to do is get a home inspection. And you're probably like, what is a home inspection? So I'll tell you. They get an inspector. I use different companies. I'll share one that I like here. This is with Your Time Home Inspection. As you can see, I'm showing you part of their inspection report. I'm not going to go all the way up because I'm not going to show you the client and the home. Well, you can see it right there, but that's fine. It's not a big deal for the address, but as you go through, you can see this is just like, and these are Texas Real Estate Commission TREC certified inspectors. And the reason I like it when they do their inspection is they break it down just like this. Green, you're looking okay. Low to moderate. Orange, you might want to think about fixing this stuff in the future. And red, you have a problem. You need to see about getting this fixed if you want to. It's something you want to think about. But one thing is great here with their inspection reports, like right here, Your Time Home Inspection, is you can just go to the report summary. And here I am. So they found all this. All this is great. No issues. All green. We're good. And then all they have are these couple orange ones. You're good. They're going to say, okay, this house is in great shape. Okay, so like right here, this bolt did not, like this is an example of the orange. The door and the bolt didn't close exactly like they thought it should. It was a little loose, hard. You had to lift the door a tiny bit to get it to latch. That would be something that we actually did fix that in this contract. And then if you want to see that section, you just click on it, like the furnace right now, et cetera, service entrance panels, breakers. Say I want to check this. Let's say I want to check on the door box. You just click it, it goes back to that section, and you can see what they were talking about. The door did not align very well to the strike plate, and they fixed that. Not a big issue, it was fixed in the inspection report. So this tells you everything about your home, and then you're going to be like, this is great, and you're going to do. So right here, if I want to check out what happened with the antioxidant grease, You need to put some grease on there. That's easy. Boom, put it in, drop some antioxidant grease, you're done. Makes a better barrier, easy to do. So this is the importance of getting a home inspection. You get to see everything going on. Now, if I had any red, I happen to just pick one that had no red in it. But if I had any red in there, then that would be something that I really want to take a second look at. These orange ones, we got most of the orange ones installed, but these are things that within the next year or two you should fix. Okay, like one of the things is the cooling equipment. If you go here, it shows where it was cooling, and it was cooling, but not perfect. So we went in there and we had it fixed. We had it cleaned and serviced. And you know, they were a little, I think they were a little low on Freon, and they went in there, they cleaned, they serviced, they fixed the Freon. The seller took care of that. So if you're buying a home, you need to make sure you're going to go through and take care of that, and make sure you have a good realtor that has good inspection companies, and you should. Realtors will know good inspectors, and they should give you a couple ones. They'll recommend one when they know that it's good, but depending on the price and the budget of what you're looking for, ask them, can you give me 2 or 3? And they should be able to say, not a problem. Here's a couple other ones to get quotes with. I always recommend this one, Your Time Home Inspection here in our area here in the San Antonio Bernie area, but they're not the cheapest. But they do a really good job. They're maybe $50 to $100 more expensive than some of the other ones out there. So I always tell my clients, this is a good one. They're going to give you this awesome report. It's going to break it down, very easy to read, but they're not the cheapest. Here are some other ones if you're worried about price. And then they can call and they can do that, and you can have different options to kind of think what can work, how's it going, all that kind of stuff. So this will walk you through, again, buying the first time home buyer tips, the 5 tips for first time home buyers, getting yourself ready with your budget. We're just going to do a quick review. Here it is. Getting your budget ready, knowing what it is and how to do it. And then we talked about getting pre-approved. I'm going to open that up again. Make sure you get pre-approved. And again, it's on right here again, onthegomortgage.com. So you get pre-approved onthegomortgage.com. Then we talked about choosing the right realtor, going to their social media, checking it out, checking out their website. Make sure their website lets you search for homes. And then also going to TREC, Texas Real Estate Commission, and putting in their name or license number. They should give you their license number too. Everyone has to give it public knowledge, and make sure there's no disciplinary actions against them. And or if it is, it was just maybe Karen's or Ken's. And then you want to make sure you check out the local market. Right here, this was an example of Bernie, Texas. I could do the same for San Antonio. Right here, we're going back into Bernie. And then you can open up the best home and see what it is. And then you want to get a good home inspection to get the home inspection done so that you can protect yourself as a buyer. Now, if you're selling your home, I always recommend, as well as a kind of the 6th tip, throw in a little nugget because you listened this far. If you're selling a home as well, you can get a home inspection ahead of time and know exactly what the buyers are going to find. And then you can post that in your online and say, hey, you don't need to worry about inspection. We're open. We're not hiding anything. Here's our inspection report. And then you can show where you already fixed anything that was bad that needed to be fixed. And you can say, we fixed everything. You can just buy the house. Here's the receipts. Here's what was fixed. And then if they want anything else, that gives you negotiation power as a seller. So I hope that gave you some good tips and tricks, the top 5 tips for first-time home buyers. I'll have those links, like I mentioned, at the bottom for the budget to apply. I'll give you the link for TREC as well, so you can kind of find that. And I'll send in the link for my area market, the market link for Bernie and San Antonio, so you can search for those as well and the importance. And if you have any other questions, please reach out. Love to help. Talk to you soon. Love to be your realtor.